Hi, welcome to the Total Kit Car YouTube channel. My name's Steve Hull, editor of TKC Mag and TotalKitCar.com. You're also listening to the Emin Motors channel too on this one. We're going to do some kit and specialist car news for October 2024. Way back at the start of this year, my God, where's the year gone? We had the best of intentions really to do this monthly. We did one, I think, early on, and it went down really well. The trouble is, it's been a busy year for the kit car industry, but not really for new models. So we didn't really think it was worth doing a 1 minute news video, to be quite honest with you. But as we go into October, we just had the Newark show in the Kit Car Festival at Newark in the UK. And there's been a few other developments that have come along as well. So we thought we'd round them up for October. So without further ado, we don't want to keep people hanging on too long. Let's get cracking. I'm going to start with a new model from Morgan. It's part of their Super 3 series range. I'm a big fan of Donald Campbell and Bluebird, and I'm also a big fan of Morgan three-wheelers. And the Super 3 is a great car. But they've slightly rearranged the way they sell those recently. So rather than a single model that you can just add whatever you want to, and it's a massive list, they've come up with some separate sort of subheadings, if you will. So you can have the Charlie Mike model, the Whoopee Pop Bang model. You can have, oh my gosh, various interesting names like that. But the one that's really caught my eye and piqued my attention is the Super 3 Bluebird, which, as well as the glorious colour, tips its hat to Donald Campbell and Bluebird. It'll cost you 53 grand before you start adding other bits and bobs to it, but what a beautiful thing. But as I say, I'm biased because I'm a big fan of Donald Campbell and Bluebird. But there you go, if you fancy having a look. Morgan Motor Company website, have a look on the Super 3 model range and you'll see exactly what I mean. But I think the entry level one of those is 49 grand, so obviously Bluebird's got a few bits and bobs on it that you don't normally get. Moving on, let's in no particular order this stuff really. I don't know if you're a regular sort of kit car enthusiast, and you have been for a while. You might have been aware of a company called Blackwell Automotive that ceased trading just a couple of years back. Run by a nice guy called Wayne Blackwell. Now he was doing, I suppose it was a scaled down, inspired by TVR body conversion on Mazda MX-5. Very tasteful thing called the SPR1. When Wayne wanted to change direction and career, he was partway through a car called the SPR2, a sister model to that, but based on MR2. I think he got 3/4 of the way through it, and before he decided he wanted to move on. I think the SPR1 was sold to a chap in Norway or Denmark, the project. But a nice bloke called, I think he builds horse boxes by trade during the day, called Mark Gray from Lincolnshire, bought the SPR2, excuse me. That teach me for rushing a biscuit before I press record. Many apologies for that. And he bought the project and spent about 18 months working hard weekends and evenings to get it to where he wants it to be. And he went to the Newark show recently, and what a lovely effort he's made. You'll see it there with a red car. It's called, his company's called Solus Motorsport, I think, and the model is now called the MR2 Sinner. And as you see the picture that Neil will put up to accompany this piece, he's made a very, very nice job of it. We'll be doing a feature on that one very soon, actually. Oh, and incidentally, interrupting slightly, don't forget, last 24 years, every Friday, TotalKitCar.com, you can get all this information that you need that comes along every week. TotalKitCar.com. So don't if you want your dose of specialist and kit car news, then that's the place to go. Updated every Friday, actually. Next we come to Tiger. Oh well. ERA Sports and Racing Cars, who have been making Tigers for 34 years. They've had a slight change around recently, but are still owned and run by the Dudley family, Jim, Paul and Laura. they came to Newark with a revised and all new, so well, it's an R10. There was a Tiger R10 and a Tiger R6, but they've now got an ER8 R10, which isn't the same as the Tiger R10 or R6. It looks very similar, but under the skin, it's updated and it's had some body style changes as well. So Jim was telling me, and it looks very nice. It looks very nice, in fact, and it's powered by the all new Dura Power engine, which is the Chinese-made Duratec. Pastiche, I think that's probably the best way to say that. So that one looks very exciting. You can buy that in kit, part built or fully built form. Very pleased to, if you're into your three wheelers, I should have done this one after the Morgan really, but there you go. If you're into your three wheelers, you may be aware of the Baribo or the BRA CX3 that was around for many years. Now that sort of, due to the Honda CX500 engine becoming pretty scarce, to say the least, turned into the Aerocycle MG3, which MG standing for Motor Guzzi. Sadly, in I think 2021, late 2020, the proprietor of Aerocycle, excuse me, a guy called Arthur Rayner, lovely character, real character, a very nice guy, was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Tragically, he put up a really brave and valiant fight, but it got him in late 2022. But he'd had time to sort of finish his last MG3 or so. He thought he'd put the company up for sale. He'd had some inquiries from a couple of people in the US, I think, but he wanted to keep it in the UK. Very much a traditional three-wheeler man, loved his Morgans and various things like that, and just wanted to keep it in the UK. Unfortunately, no deal could be done before he sadly passed away. However, there was a couple of guys who were handling the kind of, was storing the larger parts of the project for Arthur's wife, and they kind of decided, with her blessing, that they'd look to move the project on, because Arthur, it is a fantastic three-wheeler. Arthur had got it as good as it could ever be, I think. Absolutely brilliant. And it's a real shame for it to not be in production anymore. And there are some glorious examples out there. Neil had put up, well, there's a couple of pictures coming up here. One was a white one, which you can see dear old Arthur driving himself, actually. And there's a green one, which was a custom-built car, which is beautiful. And just shows what can be achieved. Anyway, cut a long story short, the project has now been bought, or was bought earlier this year, and plans are afoot to put it back into production. And I'm delighted to say that I was part of that in terms of putting the two parties together, so I was pleased to do that, very pleased. Moving on, MST Cars, who are part of the vehicle division of Motorsport Tools in North Wales. You may be aware that they've been producing some glorious pastiches of Escort Mark 1 and Escort Mark 2 in the last couple of years. Available in component form and fully built. Well, they've just launched a third model to join their growing range, an RS2000 inspired Mark II, which really is unbelievably beautiful. Neil again will put some images up as I talk here. Carbon fibre body, wanting for nothing actually. The very best of everything on that car. Power comes from either a Duratec 2.5, giving high twos, I think, in terms of brake horsepower, or for the ultimate, a Millington Diamond engine, which will give you, I think, around 375. Prices for the 2.5 Duratec entry level car, if that's the right description, start at about 198 before VAT and taxes, and you can add other stuff to that. But what a beautiful thing. So that really attracted me when I saw that the other day, so I thought we'd put that onto here. That one's only fully built form, I think. You can't buy a component form one of that version, that model. And then finally, for our little quick news roundup for October 2024, a newcomer from Australia. Interesting new arrival. It's a company called Dirty Dog Outlaws, with an outlaw style speedster, as the name implies. Based unusually on the MGF or TF. Going down a storm in its home state of Victoria in Australia, Phillip Island to be precise. I think they've been in existence for about 18 months. The company boss, Tim Simic, has been going great guns with it. He's also sold some kits to the US. US customers can opt for an MR2 based version because they're abundant there and MGFs are not. And he's also sold, amazingly, he sold 3 to the UK without any advertising really to speak of, other than a lovely video that's on the Dave's Old Car Garage Tours, I think it's called, but search for Dirty Dog Speedsters and Dave's Garage on YouTube and you'll find the very video. But anyway, Tim's open to a UK agent, but as he says, he can supply from the factory in Victoria very easily. It's a 4-week shipping from door to door, from port to port. The sterling is very strong against the Aussie dollar at the moment. And you can supply everything you need really from Oz, other than the donor parts. Well worth investigating. We've got a feature on that car in the November-December issue of TKC Mag coming up last week of October. That'll be available in the shops or via mail order from totalkitcar.com. But that's a very interesting, because we've had Porsche Boxster takes on the Speedster, and this is a similar thing to that. And I think Tim was quite straight. I think he was looking to do the Porsche route, but he couldn't afford one when he was looking to buy one. So he thought, well, he found out that the dimensions and wheelbase and such like, and the track were on an MGF were pretty similar. So in the best traditions of this industry, he set to with a tool set, an angle grinder, and just to see what would happen really. Looks pretty impressive, the car, I must say, and as you see from the photograph, it looks very impressive. So that's interesting. That's it really. That's about it in a nutshell for October 2024. I'd love to be able to say we're back for November 2024's issue of the news, but I'm not sure we will be. So as I said when I came in, as soon as we get sufficient material to make a 10-minute audio video, we'll do that, I think. But I don't want to waste anyone's time with a 1-minute effort really. It's just not worth it. Just keep updated, as I would say this, wouldn't I? totalkitcar.com every Friday. If you've got this far, you may also be aware we do the Total Kit Car History File series, which people seem to be enjoying. If you don't yet subscribe, please could I ask you to do so. It won't cost you a penny. It'll mean the world to us. And yeah, I was looking at some stats the other day, and I think it's 77% of people that view our videos don't subscribe. So we need to address that. So Steve says, please subscribe. And if you could also hit that like button, the thumbs up button on the way out, I'm told that'd be really good too, I'm told. I think it's something to do with algorithms or logarithms. I know, no, maybe not logarithms, but it's something to do with that anyway. Leave them. So anyway, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for giving up a bit of time from your valuable time from your day. Hope you've enjoyed this, and please do search out our other videos. We're up to about 85 now, I think. So anyway, thanks again. Look forward to welcoming you again next time. Thank you.